Fody Kalergis is the Senior Director of Public Relations External Communications for the Houston region of Comcast. And joining me as well is Jamila Bird, a parent who now is seeing the impact of better connectivity. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
So tell me about how big the problem has been for communities not having the connectivity they need.
The problem has been huge, and it's really been exacerbated and really looked at very closely because of the pandemic and what we saw when kids started going to virtual learning. We saw it because there were many parents that either could not work a computer, didn't know how to work a computer, didn't have that internet connectivity, or just didn't have internet at home, period, so that they can help their students. They had to juggle their life. So this was something that was already there before the pandemic, but I think a lot more people realized it in their homes during the pandemic.
And now you have a program called the Affordable Connectivity Program. What is that and how can people get involved?
So the Affordable Connectivity Program really is a once-in-a-lifetime program by the federal government to help get folks internet in their homes by providing a $30 monthly credit towards their internet bill. Never in this country have we had something like this before. We've had it with housing, for example, with vouchers for housing. We've had it for SNAP benefits, for example, to help, folks who need food, but never before for the internet. And so this was an effort and is an amazing effort for the federal government to help people like Jamila, to help people all over, tens of thousands, in fact, in the Houston area who don't have internet inside of their homes right now.
Jamila, talk about the challenges you were facing before you got involved and got in contact with this program, and how has it helped you?
So when the pandemic first happened, it kind of slowed down in business for me, so it was hard. So I couldn't afford the internet service. So I was introduced to the program through my daughter's school. And it was very easy to sign up. It was a great program. Once I got the internet service, it made everything so much better for my household. At first, we had to go to the library and friends and family houses just to use the internet service so they can do like their work assignments and everything. But once we got the internet service, it brought so much family time back into the home. And it was just great. The kids could do their work in their rooms. I could do work on my computer and then begin to look for a job, So it works for the children and for the parents.
The life has just totally changed for you then,
yeah,
isn't it?
It has.
Yeah.
It has.
So I want to make sure that people know this isn't a commercial for Comcast. This is information about where and how those of you who may need it can take advantage of either free internet service or so deeply discounted that it's almost free. One of those is you have lift zones around. We had a conversation earlier about that. What are lift zones? And you've got an opportunity for free laptops as well in some of your programs?
Absolutely. So when we talk about the digital divide and we talk about digital equity, we have to approach our communities in different ways, because cost is just one reason why people don't have the internet at home. There's other reasons too, like connectivity. They don't have the connectivity. They don't have the laptops at home. They don't know how to use them. Lift zones are a place where folks can go to have access to the internet. They can also get digital skills training. We have 50 lift zones around the community.
50?
50
okay.
Lift zones around the community, like at the Boys and Girls Club in Houston. Emancipation Community Center has one as well. So you can usually access one of those lift zones anywhere in the Houston area by one of these 50 lift zone locations.
Have you been able to take advantage of any of that?
I have, and my 15-year-old, she has a laptop through the program, so it has helped me in a lot of different ways.
That is amazing. So what does it matter where a person lives? Does it matter where they live in order to take advantage of these programs?
No, it doesn't.
You say you have the locations. As long as you can go to a location, that's a good thing.
Exactly.
So how can somebody get a computer out of this whole deal? Is that you get them at the lift zone, or where? How do you do that?
So we provide a computer at a low cost through our Internet Essentials program, which we've been doing for 10 years now, 10 plus years. Folks who qualify can get a computer for $150. We also partner with...
150, wait a minute, 150 bucks?
That's correct, 150 bucks. We also partner with community organizations here in Houston to give away free laptops. during certain times of the year
Okay.
to people.
Okay, so I need to let people know where they can get this information. What's the best way for them to find out about all of these programs you've been talking about?
So internetessentials.com is one place. Xfinity.com/ACP is the place you can go to find out eligibility requirements for ACP, how to apply, where to apply, and instructions, general instructions about ACP.
So I'm going to put all of that information on the Newsmakers page on clicktohouston.com, so you can all get that as well, because I know some of you want to write that stuff down. 40 Calergis, Jamila Bird, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Bro, appreciate you.